So thank you for joining me for today's Pilates session. We're going to be working on helping you to have a stronger, healthier, and more mobile spine and stronger back. We're going to be working through our posterior chain, which is going to be the back of the body. And we're going to be doing most of the exercises today from what we call a prone position. And that means we're going to be pretty much laying down on our front for most of the exercises that we're going to do. If you start to experiencing any pain, any sharp pinching sensations going on in the lower back, then obviously stop and seek some advice if that pain continues, or apply some ice and heat to help reduce the inflammation if any pain is caused. We're going to be taking these exercises slowly and gently and making any kind of variations if needed. So we're going to begin standing on our feet, legs hip width apart, and taking the shoulders and rolling them back. And we're just going to prepare that posterior chain to start with. So if you're doing this session first thing in the morning and everything's still a little tight and a little stiff, then you need a little bit of time just to get everything prepared, get the joints mobilized, get that blood circulating through the body. Just making sure that all the joints are lubricated. So we're going to roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward, and just breathing deeply there as well. So we can help just release the tension to allow us to move with much more freedom and not feeling so restricted. So we're going to take our arms wide, take our arms high. Stretching through the shoulders now, take your right hand to the left wrist as you reach and just leaning out to that right to start with. And then we're going to come up where we're going to switch. So let's take the left hand to the right wrist and lean out to the left. And let's return again. Stretching out to the side. So you're starting to lengthen through the side, through the back, and through the hip area. And then I'm just going to drop the arms, drop the shoulders, and then we're just going to begin by dropping the head, tucking the chin into the chest, just rolling down towards the mats. And then we're just going to take a pause, breathe in through the nose. And then we're going to take an exhale, and we're just going to start to lengthen that spine, straighten that back, and make our way back up where we shall roll again. So we draw the belly button in to keep that abdominal area engaged and keep that back supported, and allow the spine to be more flexible and more mobile by rolling down towards the mat, breathing in, and then strengthening that spine as we start to make our way up. And then we're just going to do a little bit of twisting. So we're going to take the arms out wide. If it starts to hurt the shoulders, you're going to change and you're going to fold the arms instead. We're going to just let the shoulders drop, and we're just going to turn, and we're just going to twist to the right. Start by twisting from the hips and follow the arms, and let the head move with that twisting motion. So your head's moving with the spine. We're going to go both ways. Inhale to go round and exhale to come back. I'm going to do both sides twice. And then we're ready to go back. And then when you have done both sides, we can then return, face forward, drop our head once again. And this time we shall roll all the way down to the mat. And then once we reach the mat, we're going to make our way into that prone position. So we're going to come down, and from there into box position to start with. Once you're in box, we need to roll the spine, curl the back into your cat. Then just lengthen the spine as we lift into the cow position. And then we'll start to work through the spine and work through this back So we're going to begin with our first position, and we're going to take our hands now. Your hands are going to go just in front of the shoulders. So your hands are just a little bit further away. And then from there, we're going to start to drop the hips. So as we bring the hips down towards the floor, we need to start to raise the chest. So we're going to keep our feet down. We've got those hands just above the shoulder area. And then we're going to just drop the hips gently down towards the floor. So as the hips come down, we can then start to lift the chest and bring the head up. So you're now flexing the back. And if you get any pain, then you're not going to go any further. We're just dropping the hips slowly towards the floor, dropping the thighs down, raising that head so your back starts to curl like it's going into a letter C. And then we're just going to pause for a count of 5. And from there, we're going to relax because you're going to feel a little bit of strain going through the wrists, through the shoulders. So we're going to just take a moment to sit back into child's pose. So if that was too much, from there, you're going to take a little bit longer to rest. You're going to come back when you are ready, and you're just going to be aware of how far you come down. It's especially tough if you've come back from an injury and everything still feels fragile. So you just need to be aware, listen to your body, and just make sure that you lower yourself to a position that's comfortable for you to hold. So when you are ready to come back, we're going to place those hands once again so they're just in front of the shoulders. We inhale, from there we exhale, and we just bring those thighs and bring those hips down. They start to come down. We need to raise the chest, raise the head. Breathing out. We hold, we've got that count of 5. And then we're going to sit back. We're going to go one last time. And then we return. So the idea here is we just want our body to be more flexible and more mobile. The back can get really stiff and tight, especially if you're sat down for long periods of time. And when you're sat down and your back is flexed and it's curled, we need to be able to do other movements that will help bring the back and bring the spine into a much more natural position and stop it from feeling so tight and feeling so stiff. So we're just going to wake that spine up by dropping once again into that back extension position. Taking that count for 5. And then come back. So now we're going to go and we're going to lay ourselves down. So as you come down towards the mat, we're going to stack our arms. Just bring your hands one on top of the other and drop the head down from there. Now, if you find that uncomfortable, you might want to use a cushion, use a towel or a block, and you place that in front of you to make it just a little bit more comfortable for your head, much more comfortable for your arms. And once we come down, we're going to plant the thighs nice and flat into the floor. Let the forehead rest on your hands. And then we're going to breathe in through the nose. And exhale, just start to lift our feet off the floor. Just start by raising those feet. Keep your head down on those hands. And then we're going to slowly come down. And then breathe in. Exhale, raise the feet. And come down. And then one more time. Exhale. and then return. So for the next stage, the next progression will be to start to raise the knees as well. If this starts to hurt through the lower back because of the amount of lengthening that we're doing through the chain, if that starts to hurt, then you stay with the first option that we just did. So if you're okay to go with option number 2, we're going to exhale and raise the feet and raise the knees. And then come down. Pause, and then when ready, let's raise again. And as you're lifting, you're going to start to feel a little compression going into that lower back. So if you are suffering with lower back pain at the moment, this one is going to be tough. You might want to miss this exercise out completely because of the pressure on the lower back. Go one last time. Exhale and lift. And then we're going to come down. So from there, if you need to drop and rest, we can come up from the mat and drop into that child's pose and then return into position. For the next one, we're just going to work one leg at a time. So as you return to stacking your hands, resting your head, starting with our right leg, let's raise the foot, raise the knee, and if you wish, start to raise the thigh. And then come down. Then we're going to get ready to change legs. So changing legs, exhale and raise. And then come down. Changing legs again. And return. And changing legs. And then one last time, let's switch to the right leg. And raise. And down. Switch to the left leg. And raise. And then come down. And again, if you need to, we can come out of that position and just drop to a child's pose there to take ourselves out of that position and allow the back to relax. So let's return. And this time we are going to take those arms just slightly out. So we're going to bring them to the side. So your hands are flat into the floor. They're about level with your head and those elbows facing backwards or facing behind you. And just drop the head into the mat, or again, if it's more comfortable, let your head rest on a cushion. And then from there, we're just going to raise those arms just slightly off the floor. And then we're going to raise the head. Now, once you've got the head and arms raised, we're just going to raise the head a little bit further. Start to raise the chest. I'm going to bring the elbows back so the shoulder blades are engaged. And we're keeping our feet down on the floor to start with, holding that position. And then bring the arms forward and slowly drop the head and drop the chest back into the mat. And then we should go again. So once in position, let's raise those arms. Peel the head, peel the chest. Bring the arms back, bring the elbows back, engage the shoulder blades. We hold. Slowly bring the arms a bit further forward, drop the arms and drop the head down. Let's go one last time. And raise. Inhale. Exhale as we bring the head, bring the chest away. And then we're going to come down, spin those arms a bit further forward, drop the head down into the mats. So then the next progression now, as we return to position, raising the arms, raising the head, and raising the chest. As you bring the elbows back, as you bring the shoulder blades together, option 1, keep the legs down as you just did, or option 2, we start to raise the feet, raise the legs away from the mat. So you can almost feel as if you're just balancing now on your tummy. Now we can hold that position there, or we can exhale and stretch the arms forward, taking those arms as far as it's comfortable for you to reach, and bring them back. If you need to drop and relax, feel free. Or if you want to continue, if you feel that you can continue, we take the arms, extend, and we hold the position, keeping all the muscles through the back engaged. We're going to go one last time. If you're still able to continue, don't forget, rest if you need to. Try not to fight through it. Don't let the positioning affect you. Keep yourself strong. And then we are ready to drop and relax. Just drop into the mat. Or just drop back into that child's pose. And we shall go again. Now we can vary this movement again. So you can take the option to continue as we just did. Or you can work a little bit more with the shoulders. So for the third and final variation, the next option will be to extend the arms forward, just like we did, but take them wide. So it's almost as if you're trying to replicate a breaststroke position that you would normally do in the pool. So first of all, let's make our way down. Position those arms to the side, hands flat, head down, legs down. And then just start by raising those arms. And then just raising the head, peeling that chest away from the mat. Then again, you can either keep the legs on the floor, start to raise the legs slowly off the floor. So now you're just balancing there on your tummy. And then you can either hold, or as we did previously, exhale, take the arms forward, take them back. And then for the third option, when you take the arms forward, like a breaststroke, we bring the arms out, and we bring the arms round, and we take them back. Inhale forward, exhale out. Breathe in forwards, exhale out. If you need to rest, feel free to rest. And we can now target 2 more. And then when you've done those 2, we come down and we rest. If we need to drop into that child's pose, we do so. Come back and rest. And we're just going to go through one more time. So, return to position. Hands flat, arms down, legs down, head down. Raise those arms. Raise the head. Peel the chest. Take those legs, hold in that position, or raise the legs off the floor. Now ready, as we draw the elbows back to engage the shoulder blades, we can take the option to hold there, or extend forward, or either return or circle the arms back. Now, extra movement here. The next option now is to take those legs And like you do in a swimming pool, kick the legs up and down. So again, change the arm position anytime you wish. We're going to kick the legs up and down, small kicking motions. We're going to target just another 2. And then we come down. We take a moment to drop into that child's pose. And then we come into box. So from your box position now, back onto your hands and knees. I'm just going to have those hands back to where they originally were. So they're just underneath the shoulders. We're going to roll into cat, lengthen into cow, roll between the 2. Take a moment to breathe. You'll find some of those moves quite challenging, especially if the back is feeling a little weak. You'll find holding the positions quite tough. So you're just going to be aware of your limitations. Just target 2 or 3 repetitions to begin with, and you can build from there. So once you're ready through your cat and cow, you're just going to slowly make your way back up onto your feet, and then just gently shake off and relax. Thanks for joining me for today's session to help you with a stronger, healthier, and more flexible back and spine. I look forward to again seeing you very soon on the next session. Take care until then, and stay in good health.